It's J Talk. Let's talk about layering. Us frag heads like to get crazy and creative sometimes. It's not enough to have over 100 fragrances in our closet. We also want the artistic license to mix things up a bit. I'm of course talking about blending or layering your fragrances. What this means is you essentially take one fragrance and you take another fragrance and you put them both on. What are my thoughts on layering? To put it plainly, I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to fragrances, so I don't layer all that often. And when I do, it's by accident. A lot of my layering ends up being I'm testing out a couple fragrances and I catch them all in the air at the same time and I think to myself, oh, that kind of smells nice. And then I might try that layer again. If you recall back in the day, I also did a video on priming and top coats. That's a delayed layering technique that I use where I start with one fragrance and then a couple hours in, I apply a lighter fragrance on top to sort of refresh myself. The fragrance, of course, are complementary, so the base of the first fragrance will work with the top and the mid of the second fragrance. Now that being, that was my vintage Lanui, dude, shit! Now that being said, there is one layer that I really like. It is a creation of my own, and it happens to be a base of Lyric Man by Amouage and African Leather by Memo. Essentially, what I tried to accomplish was the new release by Memo, African Rose. Really, all I did was I took one of my favorite masculine rose fragrances and layered it with African Leather, and it kind of gave me African Rose, which is great because I don't want to spend the $500 for that bottle. Now, of course, there are some fragrance lines that are built for layering, most notably the Tom Ford Private Blends. But I have so many fragrances as it is, I mathematically tried to think of all of the different combinations I could do, and it was very overwhelming. That being said, if I do stumble across some cool blends, I'll be glad to share them with you in short little videos to come. What are some of your personal favorites when it comes to layering and blending fragrances? Although I'm not crazy about blending, perhaps I'll give it a bash and I'll share my findings with you all. Peace.